Alright, hopefully this records. This is our objective. I will estimate multi-digit products by rounding factors to basic facts and using place value patterns. This is homework help, module 2, lesson 2, take 2. Here we go. So we're going to round to make it easier for us to see what we round to is the greatest place value. So here's the 6 and the 1. Each one of those has one greater. So if we went up from the 6, we would have a 7. And if we went up from the 1, one more would be 2. So for our first one, our answer is either going to be 600 or 700. So I should already know that there's going to be 2 zeros. How do I know? 1, 2. Same thing on the second one. There's going to be 2 zeros. Alright, so let's find out. So if I have a balloon and I'm holding onto the string with one hand and I let go with 5 fingers, will the balloon go up or will it stay a 6? Hopefully you know that it will go up and it will become a 6. Now another way to do it, we've done it before, is with a vertical number line. So we start off with our 600. 1 more than 600 is 700. That goes on the top. Then our midpoint is going to be our 6, or our bottom one. Then we are going to change it into a 5, and then we keep the 0 at the end. So then we have the number 656. We have the number 656. So we know the 6's are right here, so it's either going to be less than 6 or greater than the 600. So what we do is we test this one out. Oh, it's going to be greater than 0. It's going to be greater. Oh, it's equal to 5, but I have a 6 after it, so this is going to go above this one. So that means it's actually 700, and I wrote 600, so that was my mistake. I'm glad I checked it. Okay, and now on the other one, we start off on the bottom with 100. How do I know? Because this is a 1. And on the top, we're going to have 200. And in the middle, we're going to duplicate this. And then add a 5 right next to it. And after that 5, we have one more number. So now we're going to compare 106. Alright, so we know that the 1 is greater than the 1, but we're going to take the 1 and the 10 and compare them to the middle. Is it greater than 15? No, it is less than 15, so this number is going to go here. And we have 100. So we're going to round this to 100. And hopefully you know what 7 times 1 is. That is 7. So 7 times 1 equals 7. And since we're doing 100 times 100, that equals 10,000. Basically going to just move these zeros over here. All right, so our answer is 7,000,000 or 70,000. A reasonable estimation for 656 times 106 is 70,000. All right. This is going to be important for you to understand this. Okay, so on this one, this is like number 2. I'm going to do D. We're going to round to the nearest, which is really the nearest hundreds. We're going to the biggest, highest value. So it's either going to be stay at 8 for the first one or turn into a 9. And on the second one, it's either going to turn into stay at 6 or turn into a 7. All right, so the first one, we have 9. We're going to look at this 9. And it's telling us, yep, we're going to let go with 9 fingers. So it will go up to 9 tens. Where do I get the tens from? Or what do I do with that? That's a 0. Times, now on this one, we're going to look at the 3. And so as the 3 tells us that it's closer to the 0, or 60 tens. So we're going to keep it a 6. And the last 2 are zeros. Now hopefully you see that 6 times 9 is 54. All right. We're going to take these 2 zeros, put them there, take this 0, put it there. All right, so we have 54 or 540,000. Again, 100 times 100 would give us 10,000. And you see the 4 zeros behind the 54. All right, so here we go again. Here we go. This one, they're both hundreds. And this one could become a 700. This could be a 200. Now, we look at the 5, and that tells us that it is going to rise. So we have 700 times 100 Okay, so 100 times 100 is 10 thousands. We already looked at that. So 7 times 7 times 1 is 7. And we have 70,000 there. All right, so next we go on and move to the next one. We have our 3,000 and our 7,000. 3,000 could be 4,000 and the 7,000 could be 8,000. One more. Okay, we look at our 1 and it's telling us that it's going to stay the same. We look at our 9 and it's telling us that we're going to go up. Oops, I did that wrong. Excuse me. I'm looking ahead. This will stay the same. It will be a 3 because we only let go with one finger. And the second one will go up to 8. Okay. And the rest of them will become zeros. I have 3,000 here and 8,000 here. Okay, 8 times 3 is 24. And then I can see how many zeros I have. I'm going to type fit. All right, so we have our 24, 8 times 3. And then we have 6 zeros behind it, so that's 24 million. Large number, but you know the estimation is really helping you out. Okay, on this next one, we're doing hundreds. It's either going to be a 400 or 500, and then we're doing thousands. So you're going to be a 9,000 or 10,000. Okay, on the first one we have a 2. The 2 is 4 and the 2 are closer to the 400 2 tens is closer to the 400 0 tens or the 400. So we're going to keep this a 400. We're going to multiply it, and we can see here we have a 3. Okay. So we know we're going to have 3 zeros also, and it's going to stay a 9. So 9 times 4, we've already done, no, we haven't done that one. 9 times 4 is 36. We have 3 zeros here. Okay. That shows us that we have 3,600,000 for that one. And our 9 times 4 is an easy one that we can do. Those are our factors. 9 times 4 is 36. Then we move the zeros over, because this is 100 times 1,000. And that equals 100,000. All right, on this last problem, they actually give you the answer, and you have to figure out what did they use. Okay, so if you look closely, we have an 8 and a 5. If we look at 54, which is our answer here, how do we get 54 if we multiply? Well, I know I can do 9 or 6 times 9. All right, so our 6 is it closer to this one, the 8, or the 5? It's closer to the 5, and if you look carefully, you can see that it will, the 57,000 is closer to the 60,000. All right, and then the 9 is closer to the 8. It would be if we round it up. So that becomes 9,000. please pay attention. These numbers are all zeros. They get rounded. We don't have anything else right now. We're just rounding to the largest place value. All right? Hopefully that's helpful. And here's your bonus word. Twins. Good luck. May the force